So hey, today I just wanted to do a quick update video. It has been quite a while now since I first reviewed this 56 volt 5 amp hour battery I got for the Ego 56 volt stuff made by Ruzixt. I have received some bad comments about what people thought of the quality of theirs, or even seen a video or two where people didn't have the best luck with these, but I bought this one just to see how well it compared, being so interested in the Ego 56 volt stuff as you see on my channel a lot. So totally just bought this to see, you know, how well it held up and how close it was. And you may remember that I was surprised how close the BMS was. So I have this fully charged and been using it in the lawnmower, the 21-inch mower, just to cut the grass, and it's been doing great. So I just thought I'd do a quick update video. Of course, I already taken the screws off and have the end cap accessible. And what I want to do is go through here and just see how well balanced these cells are, because that question has been asked a lot. It's how well the BMS balances the batteries and how well they're holding up. So you'll see right here along with me how well this is going. Our battery voltage is right at 58 volts. I think this is going to be a good common. And 4.13, 4.14, 4.14, 4.135, 4.135, 4.14, 4.139. Is that it? Yep. 4.139, 4.138, 4.14, 4.139, 4.136, 4.141, 4.139. Yep, that's it right there. So how about that? You can't make this stuff up. I mean, pulled it off the charger after been using it. The date on this says February 2020. And it has definitely been a little over a year ago since I posted my video. So I believe it was in October of 2020. So I'm assuming I bought this somewhere probably around July, August, and then started testing with it last year. But so I do not want to take long on this update video. Just want to share the experience with this. I mean, everybody may not be getting the same good results, but I do want to share that my results has been fine with the battery. I hadn't had any issues with it. It's been holding up right there with my Ego 56 volt, 4 amp hours, and honestly I don't see a huge difference between it and my 5 amp hour batteries. This is still the only battery that I have that actually has the fuel gauge on it, that actually gives you the actual power level, besides just above like 15% or so. So actually it's kind of my go-to battery, honestly, because it's handy. The only issue I have with some of the first and second generation Egos is with that green light showing 15% or above charge, it doesn't do much good when after a month they self-discharge to 30%. So you really have no idea when you grab a battery if it's been discharged to 30% or if it's still at 100% without putting a meter on it. So I don't have to worry about where the charge level is, because it lets me know. Ego has corrected that on their newer generation batteries, but like I say, I still don't have them at this point. But what I'm going to do is just put this totally back together here, and I'm going to run it down, and we'll see at cutoff point what the cells read as well, just for information on an update video. So we'll be back when we run this down. Battery fully charged. So with the load tester hooked up, I got it set for 42 volts. Make sure you can see that okay. So we do show 57.9 volts. And as soon as we cut this up above a half an amp, we're going to start our load test and start our time as well as our amp hour. So we are over 150 watts. I'm going to back it down just a little. And we should drop off from 150 watts down, keeping a constant current of about 2.6 amps. So we'll let this run and we'll come back and we'll see what our amp hour rating is. So let's cut this down. It's bouncing back up to right at 44 volts, but it shut off at 42 volts as we had it set, and we're almost 4.2 amp hours, so that's pulling down from fully charged at 58 volts down to 42, which some of our ego devices err on the side of caution and don't let it get down to quite 42, I don't believe. And at 42 we're at 3 volts per cell, so it's plenty cushion there. So that means the batteries do have a tad bit more capacity than that, but for this typical test we had about 4.2 amp hours. So yeah, I mean the battery pack has held up well. We'll open it up and go across each individual cell and we'll see how well balanced it is on the low end. So we're showing we done bounced back up to about 44.6 at this point. 2.98, 3.18. So a lot of these are going to be around 3.2. They'll be pulled all the way down. I'm actually very impressed at how well these are balanced so far. Hard to get much better, really. Really close to 3.2 on all of them. I think the one off the most was the very first cell, right at 3 volts. So yeah, I mean, very well balanced. I've had good luck with the battery. I do know some people spoke badly of them, and with any lithium pack you have to be careful. Of course, a lot of comments about, you know, you're gonna catch your garage on fire or whatever. Hadn't yet. Had of the year. It's been great. I always respect lithium batteries, even when I'm working on them. I consider them just like having gasoline. I mean, just a lot of energy density, which is a good thing, but we're always gonna have to be cautious and careful where we store them and how we treat them. So I hope this little update on this battery pack has been helpful. I would like to know your comments, what your thoughts, what your experiences are if you have one as well, in the comments down below. I'll also have some links to similar battery packs. If you like, I'll have a link to a typical connector as well as a typical electronic load tester if you're interested in one. So any link that you do click on does help support the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching, and God bless.